All right, guys, we're on our third set. It's the square roots with the variables. So here's a tip for you guys. Go and write this down. Treat the variables like number factors. For the first problem, we have the square root of 4x to the power of 5. I'm doing the same thing to the numbers inside the radicals. I'm going to break it up. So 4 can be broken up into 2 and 2. I can't break that up anymore, so I'm going to go ahead and rewrite my radical. So on the inside, I have 2 times 2. And then I'm going to go ahead and break up x to the 5th, this term, into its factors. So since there's 5 of them, I have x times x times x times x times x. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Once I'm done rewriting it, I'm going to go ahead and look for groups of my n. So remember, when there's no n here, it's a 2. So I'm looking for groups of 2. Here's a group of 2. Here's another group of 2. And then here's another group of 2. I'm not going to circle this one because this one's left alone. I need another x if I wanted to circle it. All right, so once I find my groups, I'm going to go ahead and pull out one number or one variable from each group. So over here, I'm going to pull out a 2. Over here, I'm going to pull out an x. Don't forget, they're separated by multiplication. And then over here, I'm going to pull out another x. On the inside, I'm left with this lonely x. All right, last up, I just need to multiply the inside and the outside. So here's the outside. I have 2 times x times x. This gives me 2x to the power of 2. And then on the inside, there's nothing left to multiply, so we're just left with x. All right, for part B, I have negative 7 times the square root of 18x to the power of 4. Let's break up 18 into its factors. I know that 18 can be broken up into 2 and 9. And 9 can be broken up into 3 and 3. All right, nothing else to break down, so let's go ahead and rewrite it. So I still have that negative 7 on the outside. Don't forget about that. And on the inside, I have 2 times 3 times 3. All right, and then don't forget about this term over here, x to the power of 4. So I'm going to write that as x times x times x times x. All right, once we're there, let's find groups of n. And again, we don't see the index of root here, so that should be a 2. So, okay, looking inside, I can't circle this because there's only 1 2. Here's a group of 2. Here's another group, and another group. All right, so once we find our groups, let's go ahead and pull out 1 from each group. So I have negative 7 on the outside from here. I'm going to go ahead and multiply that with a 3, an x, and an x. And on the inside, I'm just left with that lonely 2. Last step, let's go ahead and multiply everything on the outside. Nothing left on the inside. All right, so negative 7 times 3 gives me negative 21. X times x gives me x squared. And then on the inside, I have a 2. So my final answer, negative 21 x squared times the square root of 2. All right, last one for this one. I have 2 times the square root of 15x cubed. Let's break up this 15 on the inside. That gives me 3 and 5. And that's pretty much it. So let's go ahead and rewrite our radical, our expression, with the factored terms. So I have 2 on the outside. On the inside, I have 3 times 5. And then I still have this term over here, the x to the power of 3. So I'm going to write that as x times x times x. All right, I see no index, I see no root, so that should tell me that it's a 2. I'm looking for groups of 2. Can't circle these, they're not the same. Here's a group of 2. All right, so over here on the outside, I have 2. Can't pull out these, but here's my group of 2, so I'm going to pull out one x, separated by multiplication. So on the inside, now I'm left with 3 times 5. And then I still have that one lonely x on the inside. Okay, last step, let's just multiply everything on the outside and everything on the inside. 2 times x gives me 2x. And then on the inside, 3 times 5 gives me 15, and then I still have the x. So my final answer is 2x times the square root of 15x.